Your bags are not bleeding because your coin sucks. Just some of them. But serious, there is a whole silent war going on. And in this video, I want to help you understand as simple as I can what exactly is happening. But before we get started, don't forget to subscribe below. Let's get started. So I have made a post this week trying to explain and make it more visual what exactly is going on. But the first thing is that your bags are bleeding because the whole financial system is in a silent tax war. And the thing is, and you probably have seen this around already, but US has a huge problem right now, which is their debt. They have more than 34 trillion in debt. So there is even a philosophical discussion going on who is paying for the progress of US for, even to keep progress and also the progress that they had so far. So there is a whole discussion on that, which I will not mention here. But the thing is, they are trying to solve that, doing some nasty little tricks in the economy. And as so the US has so much influence in the global economy, we have a huge war related with the macroeconomy. So what is happening in simple terms is that as they have this huge debt, they need to find a way to pay that thing. The thing is, the interests are so high that becomes impossible to really keep paying the bill, keep paying this debt that they have. So there is no way for the economy to grow. There is no space for that. So the thing is, what they are doing is slowly they are increasing the taxes, so with time the interest rate will be able to go down. The government can do three things, which I also have highlighted here, which the first thing is to cut costs, which they are doing right now, especially with Elon Musk and the whole Doge thing. Also make the economy kind of slower and just like slow down things a bit so they can try to organize the house, and also push the inflation back as much as they can. Not going that much into this nitty-gritty, which is also not my area. We need to understand how these components are making this huge mess that we have right now, and this was the best way that I found to understand and also explain this to others, which is right now they are slowly pushing tax to go up, not only inside US but also in commercial transactions with other countries, which makes people with less money to spend also not only inside US. This is also something globally. So this directly will already take the economy to kind of go slower. So the interest rates, the idea is that the interest rates will go down, but the problem right now is that they are not in that step yet. They still have higher interest rates, which I'm talking about the central banks, because they are fighting step by step with the high inflation. So at the moment these things start to slowly adjusting, they're gonna be able to start pushing down the interest rates. This way will be easier to people borrow money, and this not only people, but I mean companies and just companies also that have the interest to boost their growth. So step by step this start reducing the inflation as well. The thing is, as you can see, is a whole complex dynamic where we have to have many components happening and ongoing all of the same time in the same moment where the other thing can then start pushing back. So with these things, which again we are not there yet, we have explosion in investment. Explosion in investments means again easier to borrow money from the banks, and it's a huge boost in the economy. We go back to now is a time to grow, and when I say we, I mean majorly US and the global macroeconomy. Okay, Jana, but why this has so much importance for crypto? So a lot, especially because we are in extreme pressure and anxiety moments, and the circumstances are really, let's say, the worst. But I mean, we are definitely one of, if not in the bottom, we are very close to the bottom, because the thing is, at the time that we have more inflation, meaning that you have to spend more to buy goods no matter where you are. This is the definition. we have more inflation. At the moment we have more inflation, historically, Bitcoin and crypto have shown power to bring people in because people are so nervous, they just want to hold something they know will be okay, like gold, for example. And this happens in 2021, for example, which gold and also Bitcoin, the whole crypto market exploded with a lot of people coming to crypto because of the uncertainty we had at the time. But right now we still have a high inflation, but money is not coming to crypto. But that is because we still have the interest rates very high, and there is still a lot of discussions and tension about what exactly will be done. And this is 1 second before we have the explosion, 1 second before we have the relief. And one thing I like to say to conclude this idea is that imagine that all of these things that happen in the economy, in crypto, they are all about cycles. And that is the same thing that we as humans we face. At the day you start your day, or maybe some people have this in a week, you start your week extremely excited, but then you start getting a little bit depressed because something didn't happen as you wanted, and then you start getting neutral, then you start getting sad. But then something amazing happens, you are inviting for something that you wanted, you start feeling happy again. So it is all about cycles. Right now we are in the moment of freaking out because it's still so much going on, so much uncertainty, and people are just pushing the money to them so they can feel more safe. But at the same time, we know that inflation is still very high, interests are still very high, and it's a moment that we need to wait the taxes that are going up, start playing the trick and making all of these things play all together. So then we're gonna have a little bit more certainty, at least on what exactly is going on, are we in the bottle, and then attract a lot more money to the crypto once again. And also talking about institutions. So I'm excited because moments like these are really good to understand what is going on, how the crypto market works, especially related with macroeconomy. I hope you enjoyed this video, and also if you like this type of breakdown, trying to make some very complex topics more easy, also let me know in the comments, and thank you so much for watching.